Back up here once again. This is your man right here, the one, the only, that beautiful Rhode Island Red Rooster, coming with a refresher to get people caught back up to speed about certain things that you need to do when purchasing a cash truck, some tools and guidelines that you need in order to help you fulfill your goal if you decide to go that route and purchase you a cash truck. So, as always, before I go into the science, today I want y'all to give me a sound check. Let me know that everything is okay, and we'll go on and break it to today's science. Hope this thing ain't real fuzzy and stuff. Hold on, let me see if I can't find my. I thought I had my terry cloth up here, but I don't. See if this what you call work. Okay, that's a little better. Yeah, that's a little better. All right. You know, last year around this time, yeah, last year this time and stuff, I was in California. In fact, around the same time last year, we were having a conversation with the California owned operator. So I haven't forgotten. I just can't go this year because see, it's different when you got a mortgage as opposed to last year when I didn't have anything. So, um, hey, but real quick, fellas, it's my sound, it's my audio okay? It's my audio all right? Y'all don't hear any kind of background noise and stuff because I got the truck running and the reefer. So. Um, those things gonna be a problem. Then I probably have to do live some, at another time. But if everything's good, loud and clear, okay, all right. Thank you, Mr. Williams. Okay, now tools and guidelines are what you need in order to purchase a gas truck. All right, now first, if you're talking about purchasing a cash truck, hold on, let me get this thing plugged up so that okay, I think I got it plugged in. All right. So the question you got to ask is that what do you intend on doing with the cash truck if you purchase it? What kind of work do you have lined up? Because it might not even be a good idea for you even to purchase the truck anyway. Because we're purchasing trucks on the aspect of business, not on the aspect of trying to, go a go the cheap route, so to speak. So it's no purpose in if you're going to be a here, there, and everywhere type of person. If you're going to be out there running the road and if you're gonna be out there running the road and stuff like that, you don't really care about home time. You're gonna be out there on the road. Then cash truck is not really a good option for you because of the work that's involved in order to get the thing back up to par. You want to ride in comfortability. You want to ride in comfortability and stability, so you don't have to worry about, if you don't have to worry about breakdowns and stuff like that because cash trucks are really about test and tuning, and so you get things and stuff right as you're able to progress in work, but your work has to be completed. You have to be somebody that's reliable. But if the issues that you have with your cash truck is going to keep you from even performing the task, then what you're doing is that you're just destroying your complete and total credibility of your business. That's why some carriers prefer that you don't come in with the truck that's older. Some customers are getting that way as well. So understand understand exactly what you're doing. ART Flutie. Understand exactly what you're doing and the line of business that you're getting into. So, if I'm talking to somebody that's purchasing a cash truck, then you should already have an understanding of where you're going to be going in business. Okay, so now that you understand Now you understand that aspect, right? You're gonna purchase the cash truck anyway. So what's the more popular places that we go to purchase cash trucks? Well, Facebook Market. So let me show you an example. Okay, I'm already on Facebook Market and stuff, and so this is the first truck that I seen right here. That's a pretty good buy, right? You know, here it is. It's a 1999 Volvo 770, and they want 13.5 for it. So you know, we look at the pictures, which is what we always going to do. You know, we notice that the truck is notice that the truck is double stacked. And you got this little custom thing going on, the wheels and stuff. You know, the wheels and stuff are good. They said junk. Okay, all right. Now, we take a look at it and stuff, and here's the inside of it. Look like it's been well maintained. There's the front of it, 13 speed. You know, you got 793,000, which I'm saying, that could be a million. That could be 1,793,000, or it could be 793,000 original miles. But being that it's a 99, we're gonna go and say that it's probably knocking on 2 million, right? Here's the VIN right there, and so you look at here, this part here, and he has a. Believe it or not, this is a 14 liter. It's a 14 liter. So you know, being that it's a 99, the 14 liters then dropped to a 2005. So you know, he went on here, did some work to the truck. Okay, all right. Well, hey, I appreciate that. Let's see, that's 504 top level. All right, yeah, I appreciate that. I'm gonna keep on doing the thing here. So you read the description: 1999 Volvo sleeper truck trade in, good rubber, drove in from Little Rock, Arkansas. 13 speed main transmission, 14 liter Detroit power. Okay, now the truck is 13. He got the truck posted at 13.5, so you already know that. When you gonna go over here, you're gonna see the truck. You're gonna start doing some negotiating, right? You're gonna do some negotiating and stuff. You probably can talk them down to maybe what preacher, what's going on with you? So you got them talked down to maybe what 12, 11. So you give them the cash and stuff like that, and that's that. Or you just go, you take a look at the truck and say, well, is it a worthy buy? You checked it out, you peeped it out, and said, well, yeah, all right, I dropped 13 on it, right? So it's a 14 liter Detroit. It's a 14 liter Detroit and stuff. So what's the next step? If you're buying a cash truck, just like I said before, you got to make sure that you got your mechanics at the ready. You got to make sure you got your mechanics at the ready. Now, these are things that you got. These are things that you got to have and stuff before you even go out there and purchase a cash truck, because what happens is that in a cash truck you're gonna run into a situation, and the situation is gonna involve you having to do some work to it. Who you gonna get to look over the truck to even see if the truck is good and bro ready, right? Where you gonna take it to? Because you can't go to the dealership with it. Trucks, the truck is 24 years old. So I mean, they'll take it in there, but you ain't gonna be top priority. We already talked about the dealership, so you got to have a mechanic at the ready. So your mechanic, you gotta be sitting there and laying some stuff down to him. Hey, Land, listen, I'm thinking about purchasing. I'm thinking about purchasing something, man. It might have a Detroit in and stuff. And so he'll tell you if it's something that he could work on, if it's something that he can't. But I mean, cash trucks that are usually under 2007. The more older they are, the more easy they are to work with. So you get some kind of figure in your head and stuff about, what you're going to be spending on the best and worst case scenario. You always go on the worst case scenario. Like, hey man, listen, um, how much is going to cost for a motor swap? How much is going to cost for a rebuild? What's my turnaround? What are some of the things that I'm going to need? Do you got the software just in case I can't find, if I have to upgrade a particular model motor and stuff? Like, let's just say I got a 99 and I find a 2001. Do you got the software that you can go inside the ECM and make sure that it matches up to the motor? Those sort of things, Dan stuff. You have a conversation, a one-on-one with your mechanic. See what he can do and see what he can't, because see, he's going to be determination as to whether, you going to get a cash truck is going to be successful or not. These are things and stuff that you have to know, and you have to know these things through experience, right? This is why I tell people, I said the first thing you need to do is stuff, learn. Hey, you're gonna have to get you a newer truck. In order to get the newer truck, that's how you understand the older trucks. But you purchase you a cash truck, you got to have a mechanic at the ready. Okay, so when you have a mechanic at the ready, you got to get familiar with some of the things that your truck is going to need and the phrases that go along with it. Um, I'll think of a man and stuff in a minute. So he was talking about what's the difference. What's the difference between a rebuild and an end frame? When somebody says that you're trying to get an end frame done, do you know what an end frame is? Do you know what the terminology is? If they requires an end frame, do you know the stuff that you need to get? What stuff are you trying to replace? You know, do you know the difference between a top end rebuild, bottom end rebuild? So you got to get familiarized with these phrases, because some things and stuff are necessary while other things aren't. So let's just say that you want to go all the way, right? You get the cash truck, but I want to go all the way. I want to go in and out. I want to go in and out. I want the older truck, but I want to go in and out. I want to make sure that everything is in tip-top condition. Do you understand the difference? Well, do you understand what it means to go out here and purchase certain things like, motors? Okay, if you go to motor specialists and stuff like that, they're selling diesel engines. Do you understand that the fact that the truck is 20 some years old, that you're not actually purchasing a new motor? Do you understand what the process is about purchasing a motor? Which means that they test it, they level it, they make sure that there's no kind of imperfections in it, and then they replace the old parts and stuff with newer OEM spec, not OEM parts, OEM spec. Do you know the difference between OEM and OEM specification? OEM spec. So that when a person sit there and tell you that, oh yeah, we're replacing all the parts and stuff inside the truck with original Detroit parts or original Cummins parts or original Cat parts. Do you understand that what he's saying is actually a scam? Because after a certain amount of time, there are no OEM parts, but they are OEM specification parts, which means that what the manufacturer does what the manufacturer does is that they sell the blueprints for all their parts to any person who's willing to pay for the blueprints. And once they pay for the blueprints, then they go inside and they build these parts. Whether it's heads, injectors, whether it's pistons, um, head gaskets, or even the engine block. They build these things up to the specification that they purchased the blueprints from. So if they purchase it from Detroit and they manufactured the 12.7 for the year 2000, then some company will go out there and they'll purchase it, and then they can build the whatever it is, whatever parts and stuff for the engine up to the specifications based on the blueprints from the people who originally created or built the motor. So how they say is that our parts are more reliable is because when you look at the specifications, they got numbers, and so they may add on an extra 0.5%, or they may take away a 0.5% to ensure structural integrity inside of said equipment that they're building. You know, again, like I said, cylinder heads, injectors, piston rings, you know, cranks, those things there. They have the machines, and so they put the machines in based upon the specification. But then they might add in something. They might add in something to give it more structural integrity. And that's why they can say, well, our stuff is a little better than the Detroits, or our stuff is a little better than the Cummins, because they got the blueprints to make certain equipment. And you know, so they don't go with the word aftermarket because aftermarket scares people. So um, they go with original specification, OEM spec. That gives you a little bit more confidence and stuff because again, they can use it because they actually purchase the blueprints from the people who manufacture the motors. They do this every year. The only thing that they haven't done it with is the after treatment systems, which should let you know something right there and stuff. But every year they manufacture a motor, and then after they produce so many motors for so many trucks, they'll probably produce maybe three, you know, maybe two or three times the amount, and after that, then they sell the specifications to whoever willing to buy it. So you know, if China gets it, then they got it. So that's how OEM spec works. So when a person said that they took the motor and they put in OEM spec parts, then that's all it is, just aftermarket parts that are specified by the original blueprints. But they might have added in a number, or they took away a number. Okay, so they start talking to you about stuff like that, and you say, well, you know what, okay, yeah, they'll be the way to go. Or you just say, well, all right, let me go ahead and start constructing my motor together, you know, see what it is that I need. So we go into this venue right here. Remember, Google is your friend, so is this right here, trucker paper. Now, remember what I was saying yesterday and stuff is that they work by regions. So this the northeastern region. So you see the date and stuff, August 5th, 2022. It's free. All this stuff is free, and they sell it in. It's all of it is free and stuff, and it's inside the truck stop. So I always say, what? Go to the back. Always go to the back of truck paper. And so this is where you find all the things and stuff that you need for those who are talking about they going the cash truck route, right? So we can see here, we finance engine overhauls. These guys right here, CAG, if you want to go that route there and stuff, check them out. Um, for those of y'all that's trying to get your own authority, but if you're trying to get your own authority, I mean, they got people up here that get you set up, like these guys here. This is an insurance company actually, but um, here's what I'm looking at. Be your own boss. These guys here, they set you up on your own authority. See, it only takes 30 minutes. And what they do is that the reason why they so proficient is because they done did it. So they know what the IRS and stuff needs in order to make sure that you get your own authority. Well, your small bids and stuff. See, family owned and operated. They got all your stuff right here that you need. LCC permits, IRP, IFTA, UCR, your trips, your fuel permits, brokering authority, e-log mandates, hazmat permits, clearinghouse. They do it all. Quarterly fuel taxes, coast to coast service. What's POA? Okay, so we go back here and stuff, and then, hmm, all right. So you want to go into the engine swap portion, right? Now all these right here and stuff are ISX motors, right? Oh, power of attorney. I don't think they do that. I don't think they do that. I don't even know why you would need a power of attorney for your own authority, unless the truck is not yours. But see, this is what we look at it right here and stuff, right? Look at the prices. And they ship nationwide. They over here in Scranton and stuff like that. So it's ISX X15. Got 15,000 there. You got this one right here. It's a 13. It got 15,000. Um, that's a 12. Another 15,000. And you got 2008. That's 10,000. 14,000, 16,000, 12,000. So you pretty much trying to get, if you want to go into the engine swap, if you want to go into the engine swap section, right? Then you pretty much kind of getting a clue and stuff, man, as to how things and stuff, work. What do you need to be looking at, like, okay, here's your Detroit people here. If you got a Detroit, you got a DD15. Let's just say you bought you a Cascadia, right? Say you bought you a Cascadia and you want to go ahead and throw that other DD15. You want to get that O, and I'll put the L in there. Here you go. 15. You got 17,000, 15,000, 14,5. 16,5 there. You got your cat motors. You got your cat motors and stuff, and so you got your pack car motors if that's what you want to deal with. But I'm saying again, you're looking, taking a look around and stuff. Well, ooh, look at this baby here, 2002 Caterpillar C15. So this is a 6NZ right here for $6,500. I'm pretty sure that motor's gone. That motor is gone. 6,500, and that's the part. That is probably the most popular motor right there. That is the most popular motor right there. The 6NZ. This is the first C15 cat stuff. For people that are not familiar, right? Okay, so you give me a call and stuff, and then we go over here. So we go over here and stuff. These guys here have been in business for over 40 years. So they deal with all motors and stuff all the way up to 2007. You got your cash truck, so you want to stay in that range and stuff there. And so, we take a look and see, oh, wait a minute, huh? This is a 12.7. This is a 12.7 and stuff, it's block right here is, it's a remanufactured motor right here, starting at 28,000. It's starting at 28,000 and stuff, but if you give an exchange, right? If you give an exchange, then you're only paying 16,000. So 28,000 if you don't have a motor, and 16,000 if you do have a motor. And then here's a 14. It's a 14.0. 16,000 if you got a motor, and 32,000 if you ain't got nothing to exchange. Here's a C16, huh? Okay, this is. I guess they meant to say C15, so I don't know whether it's. I'm assuming it's based on the price. I'm assuming it's a C15 Acer. So you start looking at this, right, and you look at these guys here, and so then you take a look over here and say, well, okay, let's just say you ain't trying to swap the motor. Say the motor is something, you buy the cash truck, and you can make it over there to the shop. You can make it over here to the shop and stuff. Let's say you ain't got no mechanic, right? But you want your stuff done right. It is in-frame overhaul special. So if you got a Cummins, whether it's the N14 ISX or you got the Detroit 12.7 14.0, they start at $14,000. And then $19,000 with the transmission. That means cash and carry only. Okay, these guys are out of Pearson, Indiana, and so in Indiana, for those who are not familiar, they have some real lenient tax laws when it comes to commercial vehicles. So this price right here, this is what you actually pay in hand. If you got 19,000, it ain't 19,000 before taxes and all that stuff. You go in there, it's $19,000, and that's that. That's what you pay right out the door and stuff. There aren't no, there aren't no taxes and stuff for commercial vehicles in the state of Indiana. They're very lax or whatever. This guy's been in business for over 40 years. These are people and stuff that I talk with personally. These are people that I talk with personally and stuff. I recommend them. Say each reman engine dyno load stress test for 2 hours, huge inventory. So that means that once your truck is rebuilt, once it's rebuilt and stuff, they put it on the dyno and they let the truck run for 2 hours on a stress test to make sure that everything and stuff is straight. So, uh, they got 4 year warrant. They got 4 year warranty and stuff on cats. Pretty much they got 4 year warranties on all this stuff. If you can make it back to them. But I'm saying, I mean, heck, which if you purchase in a cash truck and stuff, then you probably can make it back to them. I mean, in fact, it's recommended. Even if you're cross country, and something happens to the motor and stuff like that, then you just pay for somebody to get the truck. You pay for somebody and stuff to get the truck back over there to the place. They go ahead and get you hooked up, and that's that. Then you out the door. But again, if you want to take that route there and start looking for motors and stuff like that, then these are some of the things that you gotta kind of contend with. Now, these are motors you probably gonna need. You ain't gonna use these right here. Um, Here we go. Like, your C15 there, here it is. 625 horsepower, $7,500. You got a Detroit DD13. You see how it's a little bit higher because, it's a little bit higher in the years. So, in the higher years, you're gonna be paying a little bit more, 21,000. This international, you ain't gonna need that. So, let's see, go down. 2013 ISX X15 got 550 horsepower, 17,000. It's 2009. It's 2009 DD15. It ain't got no price on it, but it's got 560 horsepower. You know, it's 2008 C13. I don't think too many people gonna be running those and stuff. Here's another 6NZ right here for 14.9. You know, 14.9. They go to Mercedes. They go to Mercedes motor. 2010 320 horsepower. Got 4 grand for that one. You know, uh, we ain't gonna need that one. And then, of course, here's the trucks here and stuff. And so these guys here are out of Northeast Maryland, complete recycle group. Same day shipping anywhere. So you talk to them and stuff, and you see what kind of warranty deals and stuff that they got going on, right? But you always go to the back. You always go to the back and stuff, and you peep things out. You always peep things out and stuff. You're trying to get you the fuel tank. You go to these guys right here. Let's see, here they go. So here's the word right there: OEM replacement for all makes and models, right? OEM replacements. Quick turnarounds, meet FMCSA requirements, warranty included, diesel fuel, water, hydro tanks. So, like I said, these are people who bought the blueprints from the original makers, and they went out there and they created based upon the specification on the blueprints. These guys right here, they've been in business for I don't know how long, probably as long as I've been driving trucks and stuff. Midwest Diesel, Midwest Diesel for all you guys that's trying to you buying the cash truck and stuff like that, you want to get a good idea about, how things and stuff are going to cost. If you're trying to get your stuff done right, here it is. He got injectors, cylinder heads, new, used, and reconditioned. Which you shouldn't even be looking at the new, right? It's just used and reconditioned. Then they got the, let's see, these are conditioned cylinder blocks and stuff like that for those who blow holes and stuff, in the blocks or whatever. And you just trying to get the bottom end done, then, it is. They got the 3406 A, B, and C. They got the 3406. They got the C15, the C10, C12, C13, and so then you got the Cummins. N14, the ISX, and the ISM. You know, for your turbochargers, your crankshaft, of course, it's C13. You know, but I'm pretty sure they got C15. They got C15 cranks in there. They're your fuel pumps, your front covers, and so they mainly deal in cats and Cummins. You know, they not a real. I don't see them on deal with Detroit and stuff too much, but you know, cats and Cummins, oil pans, you know, flywheel houses, Jake brakes. You know, your 3406s are usually gonna be the ones and stuff. They ain't gonna have Jake brakes and stuff, but you know, most trucks and stuff are gonna have Jake brakes. But anyway, you know, it's also so you know, again, if you got a Cummins or a cat and stuff that you deal with these guys here, right? They're over here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. There's their telephone number, same day shipping. Okay, so you take a look over here and stuff. Here's another guy out of Fitchburg, Massachusetts. Remember, I'm over here in the Northeast. I'm over here in the Northeast and stuff. So, you know, we looking around and seeing, okay, this is the X15. They want 22,000 exchange. It don't say what year it is. You know, the max says 2010 and stuff. Let's see, you got 2007 DD13, 13.5 in exchange, right? So, you know, just something to keep in mind and stuff like that, you know, references or whatever. So you don't have to really call anybody. You don't have to really call anybody and stuff. You just go over here, pick up the magazine, see the stuff for yourself. So, you know, here's another people right here. In fact, you can follow them on Instagram, US Truck Parts. They're out of Hazleton, Pennsylvania. You know, out of Hazleton, Pennsylvania. So, you know, you got a truck there, stuff 2009. Um, I think that's a little bit overpriced, 35,000. But you know, anyway. Ooh, look at this. Wait a minute, what? This is a 2001 60 series 12.7, and they want $11,000. Are we doing this again? $11,000? Okay, all right. And you see that everything and stuff it comes with. You see everything and stuff it comes with. That Cummins ISX engine, you know, based upon you know the core and availability or whatever. But you know, just make the phone call and stuff over here. I'm pretty sure you go to their website, they give you a whole plethora of parts and stuff that they have. There's another place right here, North American Diesel parts, and so you know this 3406 head gasket problems and stuff. So this right here is the head there. That's complete head. I don't know what is. Oh, okay, this is 3406. And then you know there's your camshafts there. You know if you need one, but I'm saying I mean usually stuff if you go with if you know you get some new heads and stuff like that, they'll roll your cams and see if your cams and stuff are good. And so you know if you need some, go ahead and get them. If you don't, then hey, don't worry about it. Then you know you got your ECMs right here. Now the only time you usually need an ECM is if your ECM is burnt out. If your ECM is burnt out, but they got the ECMs, you know, for the cats, Cummins, and the Detroits. Let's see, your aftermarket exhaust manifolds. Again, you know, you take it as you need it, right? And then, you know, again, here's your aftermarket exhaust manifolds and stuff. You know, that's pretty much to give you more air. It's pretty much to give you more air and stuff like that. You know, so if you're going into the whole rebuild process, you know, most of the time the stuff they're gonna go ahead and exchange the exhaust manifold anyway, especially if you got better horsepower. You know, if your truck is coming in is specified like say a cat. You know, if your cat is at a 475 and then they got it turned up to a 500, and you go and you buy a new block and stuff, and it tells you it already been turned up, so then chances are they already done changed the exhaust manifold and stuff in there to make sure that your truck is breathing a little bit more properly in order to deliver that power that you got to your truck. But here's where you go, you know, when you need stuff. Same day, you know, same day shipping and stuff. Here they are, Buffalo, Rochester, Auburn, Binghamton. So you know they mostly cover the north, you know, most of the Northeast, Cleveland, Ohio, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, Jersey, and then they got one in Denver, Colorado. for all you West Coast people. And then, of course, here your tires and stuff like that, for you guys and stuff that's trying to get great deals on tires, right? 6 months, same as cash. With approved with approved credit, if you're trying to get credit and stuff on tires or whatever, of course they're not going to be name brand, but I mean you can't beat these prices, 295, 75, it's $355, 11 R's. Nobody's really running 11 R's anymore. Nobody's really running 11 R's anymore and stuff. So this is what you're looking at right here, the 295. Um, anyway, anything that's low pro 225. So um, that right there is supposed to be the steer tire, and that right there is the drive tire. Steers, drives. And so, buy 8, ship for $75. These guys are out of Pelzer, South Carolina, so you can go down there and, pay them a visit and stuff like that. But, I don't see why you would finance tires if you're getting them $355 a tire. But, I mean, hey, it is what it is. You know, They say 6 months same as cash. So I'm just saying, I mean, if you got approved credit, you pay it off in 6 months and stuff, then you just roll for 6 months and you were able to get tires today and ride and do your thing. So here it is right here, truck paper, truck paper and stuff. This is Northeast Virgin here. I told you that it varies based upon where you are. And here's the date, August 5th, 2022. Now, you didn't have to pay $10,000 to get that information, right? And there's no secret to what I did. I just simply went and picked up some publication and started doing some research and make some phone calls and make things happen. Because when you got a cash truck, the thing about having a cash truck is a process. It's a process and stuff of getting certain things done. Some things they are gonna, the availability of certain things are gonna be a little bit harder than some. But you have to be patient because again, it's a cash truck. Now, because you chose to go the cash route. Now let's just say you didn't want to go the cash route, right? You didn't want to go the cash route. You want to go over there and get a truck finance. Well, it can go either way. You can just buy the truck straight out, or you can go over and get your truck financed. But I don't see why people are afraid of financing the truck when, all it simply is just making sure that your business is consistent enough to pay for your overhead. But, I can understand the fear when the only thing that you ever been in is a lease program. And so, you're kind of scared to venture out because you think that all trucks are heavily overpriced, or you feel like you don't have the credit, or you don't have the credit yourself, because you never applied yourself, in that sector, or you getting some information from some people that's telling you that you shouldn't be going through that process to start with. Hey, just go through the lease program and get it that way. So there's a process in everything that you do. There's a process in everything that you do. So you gotta look at your work ethic and see what would be the best thing for you to do. So the less experience you have, the more newer truck you need. And so the more experience you have, the older the truck you can get. So that way we don't have to sit there and give breakdowns and explanations as to why you don't purchase certain things and stuff a certain way, because you don't want to be sitting there and paying for overpriced things and stuff, right? Like $40,000 for a 12.7 Detroit when just about everywhere we're looking at and stuff, we're not even seeing prices remotely that close. Try to warn people that, well, hey, listen, the people that you talk to and stuff, I mean, I understand they're running a good game, but, some things you got to look out for is the fact that if you purchase the motor, right, and something happens to the motor, then who's responsible? Is it going to be you, the manufacturer, or the people that I use in order to put the motor, inside the truck? And so, the thing is that you want to make sure that you go into things with confidence because when things happen, You need to jump on these things quickly because when your business is down, right? Their business is steady going because they can sit there and fuss at each other and stuff at the end of the day. But while they're fussing, trucks are coming in and getting worked on and stuff, so on and so forth. But your truck is sitting in the back and they're trying to decide on what they're going to do with it. And you're just losing money every single day. And then you're going into this position of stress and worryation when we're simply trying to tackle all these things and make sure that all the bases are covered before you get there. On your way to Silver Court on Monday said, when you buy any truck, you should always do research on how much it will cost to fix any problem and how hard it is to find parts for it's a plus your mechanic can work on. Absolutely, that's preach. So this is what we do. This is why we do what we do when we do it. Now, we don't require anything except, a little bit of your time, and your energy to make sure that your resources are going in the right place so that you can stay in business. Because the people that are supposed to be on your side, supposed to be giving you these things, stuff they're supposed to give you the insight on stuff, they're not actually doing that, right? So the next step is that you're paying $50,000 and $60,000 to these gurus where they really don't have time. They really don't have time and stuff to talk about these certain issues. In fact, I went up here. A lot of these guys prefer not to even talk to you. That's why they're raising up the prices and stuff, right? Now, these are people that are advocating that, okay, this is what I had to start in business. And they tell the truth every day. Like, hey, man, listen, I don't have time to talk to people. I don't have time to talk to people and stuff. And so, but these are the folks that you follow. The people that are sitting there telling you the truth, right? That they don't have time for you, but you're trying to get the information because you're looking at them and they're giving you that once upon a time story. I started out and nobody helped me out, and I had to do this and I had to do that, and now they're in a position, you know, now they're in a position to, well, they're in a position where you're trying to be and stuff, and they're not giving you any kind of information to get there. Y'all stay away from AW Fleet Service in Denton, Texas. Oh, what happened? Okay, you say you got to take them to Civic Court tomorrow, so I imagine they must have did something with the truck and then do what they were supposed to do. It probably had to be something major too. Oh, he rebuilt that. That was the same guy that rebuilt the motor from last year. That was the same guy from last year. Man, sad man. He never finished it. That's bad. Oh, you spent another bearing. Crap. I thought they fixed all that. I thought they always spent it at his shop. Oh, okay, all right. I thought you fixed it, got back out here on the road, and then spent another one. I'm like, dang, I thought, man, yeah, 19. Yeah, I remember you telling me that. Yeah, you paid 19K for that. Yeah, dang, on, man. Well, I hope that everything works out for you. Yeah, I hope that everything works out for you tomorrow and stuff, man. Cause that's crazy, man. I mean, we were talking about that same thing last year. He's slow working. Yeah, that's how it is. You got these crackheads out here. You got these crackheads out here and stuff. That call themselves trucking mechanics, and then you go in there and then your truck's sitting in there so long and stuff. You got grass and stuff growing all on it. I mean, I'm going through the same. I'm going through the same thing. One of my cars actually. I'm going through that exact same issue with one of my cars and stuff, you know. So um, I I would think that in trucking, I would think that in trucking and stuff, you know, things would be a little bit more, you know, I thought that things would probably be a little bit more better, but um, you know, that I don't know, man. This is it's just bad. What you got, preach? You say you. I took my mechanic to look at a Peterbilt 379. He told me to walk. He told me to walk away from it. It would be a money pit. Even though I love the truck, I listened to my guy. Kept knowledgeable people around me. Right, right. Because see, they know you're gonna be taking it right over there to them and stuff. So you know, it's like, hey man, I got time. Dang on, I'm back in here again. You know, you fix one thing and then something else goes out and stuff, and they saying, well, shoot, you know, now you start to think, oh, it's them. They doing so. Oh, they just sabotaging my business. Like, no, dude, it's just, hey, some trucks are just like that. Some trucks are just like that and stuff. Like every time you turn around, something else going on with it. You know, I caught that over there at National Carriers. You know, when I was leasing, when I was leasing, um, I caught that same that same stuff with the National Carriers. Every time I turn around, trucks always in the shop and stuff. And so, you know, I'm sitting over here $2,000 upside down. Of course, this is in 2008 when, you know, 2 grand was a lot of money. 2,000 felt like 20,000. But there I was upside down and stuff, you know, trying to sit there and get the truck and stuff back right. I'm riding with no air condition just to save money because I ain't got no money in my escrow. Those are the type of issues and stuff I run into. And so again, you know, nobody's above criticism, and I put myself out there and I use myself as an example. I'm like, now, if I purchase a 2007 Freightliner Century class back in 2014 for $58,000, and the truck had 800,000 miles on it, right? Then trust me, I know all the pitfalls and stuff that I had to go through in order to maneuver and make myself successful in that. So if it's not a necessariness in going through it, then why go through it? Nobody's helping anymore. Sad. No, I mean it's yeah, you know, people still helping. It's just you see what you got is you got those who are serious about those who are really serious about getting this information down. What they're gonna do. Wait a minute, my what's call went out. Hold on. Hold on, fellas. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. 1 second. You coming through okay? My audio's all right. This Bluetooth